Hello friends and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, igama lami Andisiwe Sikono. I talk about feminine energy, inner healing and becoming the best version of yourself so that you can live your best life. Today I'm talking about getting yourself out of a rut. This is a part 2 of the video that I made previously. If you didn't check it out, please check it out. On that previous video, I shared with you guys the steps that you can take to get yourself out of a rut, to get yourself out of umgolo. Step number 2 of that video was discovering the source of your rut, was discovering the how you got yourself into that rut. That's why I made this video, to share with you guys, because that how was no longer serving me. The how was not enough for me, because I was always finding myself in a rut. All the time I would be in a rut. This month I'll feel better, and then after 3 months I'm back in the same position, in the same situation again. If I remember very well, when I got this deepest rut that I was in, it was during Easter holidays. I was alone in my apartment. I was sad, I was hurt. I was not crying though like I used to cry. It was not, I was just not myself. I was in pain. The difference was that I was already working on myself. I was already healing the past traumas, everything that I went through. Meaning now, this rut, the deepest rut I was in, I was able to use my common sense, because I got to ask myself, why am I always in this situation? Why am I always moneyless? Why am I always not having enough money? Why am I always attracting the same kind of man with a different name? Why am I always sad? What is wrong? What's the problem here? So all these questions that I asked myself, because I realized that the how is not enough for me, because I'm going to find myself in this situation again after 4 months from now. I directed all these questions, guys, to God. What I mean by directing the questions to God, I didn't mean that I prayed kneeling down. No, I had a conversation. I was in my apartment alone and sad, but I had a conversation with myself. Some they call it the inner intelligence. They call it inner intelligence. I was having a conversation with myself, but all the questions I was directing them to God. I asked, what is the problem with me? Why am I always moneyless? Why am I always attracting people who mistreat me, who treat me badly? Why? I know this question is scared. It's scary. I was very scared when I was asking these questions to myself, guys. I was scared. I was freaking out. But I needed to know the root cause of all the problems, because I can't keep on going back to the same problem again. Money man. No, I cannot. I cannot keep on experiencing this situation. So I had to ask, what is the problem with me? Remember, if you watch the first video, I told you guys that you have to take your power back, and you can only take your power back when you're becoming responsible for the situation that you are in right at this moment. When you keep on pointing fingers, it's him, it's my mother, it's my father, it's my parents, it's how I grew up. When you're doing that, you're giving your power out. You're gonna be powerless. You're not gonna have any strength to solve the situation that you're in. So I directed the questions to myself. I said, what is the problem with me? Why? What is the problem with me? Why am I always moneyless? Now, when I was asking myself those questions, guys, listen to me very carefully. There is 3 prayers that God answers with a speed delivery. When you're asking God when you're asking God a question, when you're asking God for a sign, and when you're asking God to remove someone out of your life, it doesn't take long. I got my answer that time, because I was vulnerable, I was hurting, I was in pain. I got my answer that moment. Like I was telling you guys, other people, they say it's inner intelligence, but for me it was God. He gave me 3 words: learn your self-worth. When I got that, I'm like, learn my self-worth. I was no longer scared now. I was kind of relieved that, oh, okay, the root cause of all my problems is that I don't know my self-worth. How did I get here? How come I don't know my self-worth? How, again, it made a lot of sense, because I didn't feel worthy enough to have a thriving business. That's why I was always broke. I didn't feel worthy to have a man that takes care of me and love me. I didn't feel worthy of that. In fact, I did not even know that there are good men out there. There are good, healthy, masculine men out there who are willing to do their job, to take care of a woman, provide for a woman. I didn't know that. And remember, what you don't know does not exist for you. So that did not exist for me. I only attracted toxic masculine men. You know why I attracted toxic masculine men? It's because I was a toxic feminine. I was a toxic feminine. Remember, you attract what you are. So I attracted what I was. I attracted men who are insecure, who are toxic, who are wounded themselves. That's why they mistreated me. And also, when you're saying, guys, when you're saying, I want a man that is going to make me happy. I said that to myself. I said, I want a man that is going to make me happy. You know what I got? A man that mirrored back to me that I was miserable. It's just how it is. You're looking for a man to make you happy. Because you're not happy, you're going to find a man that is going to act and mirror back to you that you're actually not happy on your own. You know? So it's the same thing with money. If you're telling yourself that I'm going to work hard so that I can have lots of money and I'll be happy. No, you're not going to be happy. Lots of money is going to give you freedom to have whatever you want at any time, but not happiness. You cannot buy happiness. I always make an example of a cat, guys. I grew up in the villages in the Eastern Cape. I'm sure you've seen when you've chased a cat. When you're chasing a cat, the cat is gonna run away from you. When you sit in your couch watching your TV or you're reading your book, that cat is gonna come sit next to you, if not in your lap. You know why? Because now you're no longer chasing it. You have become a safe space. That is money. That is love. Same thing. When you're chasing love, you're not gonna find love. You're gonna find someone who's gonna show you that you're miserable. You're gonna find someone who's gonna mirror back your energy. And money as well. You're never gonna have money. Remember, when you chase after a cat, you find that cat, you hold it, it's gonna quickly run away from you because you were running away. You were chasing that money, desperate for that money. You know, a safe space for it, so it's gonna leave quickly. You know, so it's the same thing, guys. So what I'm gonna share with you is the steps now I've taken to learn my self-worth. There is a book, guys, in the Bible called Jeremiah, right? I'm sorry to get into the church. There is a book in the Bible called Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 5. God says, I knew you before I formed you. Before you were born, I already set you apart. I knew you before you were born. Before you were born, I already set you apart. This alone enough. It is enough for you to know that you are worthy. You are worthy of everything on God's green earth. You are worthy of unconditional love. You are worthy of financial abundance. You are worthy of a healthy body. You are worthy of financial freedom. So this is what you're gonna do. This is what I've done. You're gonna write in your journal your affirmations. You're gonna write, I'm worthy of unconditional love. I am worthy of financial freedom. I am worthy of an abundant life. I am worthy of a healthy body. You're gonna write your affirmations. You're gonna start with unconditional love, financial freedom. You're gonna write these affirmations. You're gonna practice them. But remember, here is the trick. Affirmations won't work if you don't feel them. So this is what I did, and this is what worked for me. I don't even know how I got this into my mind, but I just did it. I just did it, and it worked for me. So what I did when I was practicing my affirmation, I worked with the creation of my creator. Meaning I worked with the creation of God. I worked with the sun. So what I did, I would wake up in the morning. It was winter in Cape Town. I would wake up in the morning, I would open my blinds and I would look in the sun. I would close my eyes and I would do my affirmations. I am worthy of this, I'm worthy of that, looking in the sun. Because remember, God said, learn your self-worth to me. He did not say, fake it till you make it. No, he said, learn your self-worth. And with the upbringing that I have, the conditioning that I have coming from humble beginnings, now memorizing these affirmations, it's not going to help me with anything. That's why I worked with God himself, with the creation of God, the sun. I would look in the sun in the morning, I would do my affirmations. For me, the warmth of the sun in my face, it represented love. The warmth of the sun in my face, it represented love, and it made me feel good. I'm doing these affirmations, I'm feeling the warmth of the sun. That good feeling of the warmth of the sun produced a good feeling in me. Remember I said, when you think of something good or bad, it's going to produce a feeling. If it's a bad thought, it's going to produce a bad feeling. That's just how it is. So when I was doing these affirmations, looking in the sun, the warmth of the sun representing the love to me, it was loving enough. It produced good feelings. And I did this every morning, and now having a good mood in the morning, that became my personality. From my personality, that became my personal reality, because I did this every morning. And in the evening as well, it became my ritual. In the evening, I'll do the same. I would look in the sky, guys, the sun, the sky, the stars, the moon, and I would do my affirmations. Meaning I would go to bed excited as well. I would do my affirmations looking in the sun, the sky, admiring the sky and everything, the moon, the clouds, and then I would go to bed excited. So every morning I do the same thing, and every evening I do the same thing. That made me to have a good personality, from a good personality to a personal reality. That's why I'm here now sharing with you guys, because it worked for me. It worked for me. That's how I learned my self-worth. Remember, you can fake it till you make it, but it's just not going to work. Because the reason I didn't know my self-worth, the reason you probably don't know your self-worth, it's how we have been conditioned. It's how we grew up. It's what we grew up seeing. I grew up, you probably grew up the same. We grew up seeing misery from our families and parents. We grew up seeing poverty. We grew up seeing shame and guilt. That's the only thing, that's the only feeling that we know, that we've seen from the age of 5. You know, so imagine now you have to learn yourself. How are you going to learn yourself? You have to unlearn the programming in your brain, in your consciousness first. Then now you rewire your brain. You reprogram your brain now by learning your self-worth. Learn your self-worth and understand it. Guys, you are worthy. You are worthy of everything. All your heart desires and dreams, they exist for you. They're out there for you. You just have to vibrate at a higher frequency that will match your heart desires. You can't be here and be sad and be a victim and wish to have whatever you want. No, you have to raise your vibration and match your desires, and then you're just gonna attract them easily. I remember the year I started working on myself to become the best version of myself. I closed 10 deals that year. 7 years in real estate, I've been struggling financially, but that year the target was 12. I closed 10 deals. I made lots of money that I've never done in my entire life of real estate business. You know, so do this with all your heart. Give your all. You have to be the best version of yourself, but you have to heal the traumas, the wounded inner girl that is in you, or the wounded inner boy. You have to heal from all these things. And please, our parents, they've done the best they can to raise us. They've done the best they can with the knowledge that they had to raise us. But now, all the programming, the conditioning that we've learned from them, it's no longer serving us in this new generation. It didn't serve me. So make a choice for yourself. Learn your self-worth. Discover yourself, or be the best version of yourself. When you are the best version of yourself, working on yourself, you're going to attract a healthy masculine man that is working on himself. He's going to bring the best version of himself. You bring the best version of yourself. you're gonna have a smooth relationship. Yes, you're gonna have struggles. I mean, you're gonna encounter issues like any other couple, but because you are already working on yourselves, you will understand, okay, we have this issue. You are not the issue, you're not the problem, he's not the problem, but we have a problem here. We need to solve this. That's how your life will be. You're gonna attract your desires easily. You're gonna be the best version of yourself. You're gonna heal. If you decide to heal, you're gonna heal. If you make a decision to work on yourself, you're gonna realize that now it's no longer about money, it's no longer about relationship, it's about a state of being. It's about changing your entire life for good. For me, when I'm talking about an abundant life, I'm talking about having joy in my life. I'm talking about having love in my life, in my marriage. I'm talking about health. It's not luxurious cars and everything. No, abundant for me, it's love, it's joy, it's peace, it's health. It's just how it is for me, because I know when I'm healthy, when I'm radiating love, when I'm no longer looking for these things now, I have these things. It's easy for me to attract all my heart desires, because I'm always vibrating at a higher frequency, matching my desires with the blink of an eye. It's easy. Guys, I'm gonna love and leave you today. Bye bye.